Oh, I'll tell you what. You are listening to the Bob Culture Podcast. I'll tell you what, this is the Macho Man Randy Savage, and you are listening to my man Rob. Don't you go away. Tear into the spice.
Nothing between the lines of the page or at a time. Forgiveness is for angels, but this angel fell out of line. That's in no second chance or redemption can be found. 'Cause you can't have the devil and the devil is running you down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into a very special Fyter Fest edition of the BCP. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in as we are here to talk with our all-elite stellar panel. Please welcome into the show. You know him from the No Holds Barred Network. He is the host of the All Elite Pod, the self-proclaimed greatest host. I have it on good authority that he is Manscaped today. Please welcome in our good friend, Mr. Kyle Masters. Kyle, welcome in, bro. How are you?
That's right. I used the beautiful Weed Whacker today to trim the nostrils. There it is, folks. The beautiful Weed Whacker. Go get your own Manscaped.
Use that code, guys. 20% off, right?
You should tell them what the
and
code
free
is.
shipping.
There it is. But Kyle,
What'd you say, Bill?
You should tell them what the code is.
Oh, yeah, I changed. So it's AEP Shave 20 because someone decided to go share our link with a coupon website and it got spread around. Yeah.
Okay, I got you,
Yeah.
man. Well, thank you for joining us, Kyle. As always, cheers, my friend. And let's please welcome in, you know him as hashtag Dad Instincts. He is lay editor-in-chief of the popbreak.com, an OG BCP member. Please welcome in Mr. Bill Bodkin. What's up, brother? How are you, man?
Where's my applause, Kimmy?
I'm just feeling very elite today. We're missing Elevation right now.
I'm in trouble.
Breaking my heart, but I'm always down to talk a little AEW. I know Rob has also been like careful about my blood pressure because he doesn't invite me on WWE panels anymore. So I thank you for that, Rob. You're looking out for my soul.
I thought I was doing you a favor. Yeah,
you are.
Okay,
You're looking out for the old bum ticker here. Just be like, all right, let's keep him.
Stop.
Let's keep the old man in the corner.
Stop. You got a lot ahead of you, my friend. But thank you for joining as always. And please welcome in. Hold on, I need to get the scroll here. You know her from Kimmy Talks Wrestling, RDP Promotions, Wrestling with Questions, thepopbreak.com. She is the goodest sister. I know the list goes on. Please welcome in Miss Kimmy. So cool, Kimmy. Welcome in. How are you?
I'm good. You missed Kyle's thing. You missed the No Holds Barred Network.
No Holds Barred. I'm like I said, I missed at least 10 other things.
We
But
have
Kimmy,
to
how
make
are you?
Kyle happy, I guess.
That's true. I don't want to get chain belled. That's for sure.
Sure.
All right, guys, but let's get to it. We're going to talk Fyter Fest night one. We've only had at this point of recording, we've only had one match announced for Fyter Fest Part 2, the revenge. So we'll talk about that as well. But Bill, you want to bring it in? There's some rumors going around. You know, the internet wrestling community right now. What do you got for us, man? A little speculation going on.
A little wild and reckless and feckless speculation.
We love it.
It's coming.
Dave, so wrestling journalist Godfather, Dave Meltzer said that, hey, well, maybe he's the Godfather Part 3. So, anyway, some people get that joke.
I did.
So he is saying that he's got this feeling, this gut feeling, and of course, Dave Meltzer very close with AEW brass, saying that someone bigger than Andrade is coming to AEW in September. So of course the internet, no, AEW, Tony Khan is not.
Gotta be Kane.
Oh yeah.
Please, yes, please. Yeah.
Don't tease Rob a good time. I would just turn off my TV.
Get it out of here.
Get it out. It's so bad.
No love for Kane.
Get it out of here.
I would have, if it was
Yeah.
Kane from 20 years ago, I've been like, yeah, that's cool. But
Continue.
would not. So this is not been substantiated by AEW. by Tony Khan, anyone affiliated, but Dave Meltzer, like I said, very close to AEW people. So the question is, as Rob's saying, the Cody ear gif is out. It's the big question. Who's it going to be? We had this happen before, and it was Christian Cage, but now there's a qualifier where it's bigger than Andrade. See, I rolled my R's there. Really good. It's like professional shit right there. And we got, so you would have speculated maybe Tommy N, but guess who showed up last week?
Nice.
Malachi Black, which everyone was so mad at. How'd they know he was Malachi Black? Because they went on their smartphones, you dicks. He had a 5-minute video that went viral.
He told him before he went out, make sure you call me Malachi Black. Okay.
Got it. All right. So yeah. So now we have to figure out who's this person potentially.
He ran to the announce table while the lights were off. I'm Malachi Black. And then ran to the ring.
He just like DMs Excalibur. Just put my gimmick over, brother. So that's the thing. Could be All Out. Could be Arthur Ashe, since they're trying to move those tickets. So who do you guys think it could be?
Brian
What
Daniels.
would you want it to be?
I think the first thing you have to think is it's got to be someone that
Blanchard. No, stop. No.
it's got to be someone that Tony Khan thinks is bigger than Andrade. It's ultimately up to him because when he was hyping up Christian Cage, like he was like, "Oh, it's a big, huge signing." So that was it was a good signing. I didn't think it was as big as he thought it was, like how he was hyping it up. So it's got to be someone in his head that's bigger than Andrade, and I don't know who the hell that would be.
Well,
So, I mean, with what's out there,
here's what's out there that would be bigger than Andrade.
bigger, and again in his head.
Daniel Bryan, who is
Yeah.
not confirmed that he's signed WWE.
I'm gonna refer to him as Brian Danielson.
Yes, the American Dragon. Braun Strowman. Brock Lesnar.
Did you see his ponytail?
Oh, I did. I saw the huge
Hashtag
rack of
wrestling
me.
fashion.
I think he's gonna be on another episode of the new season of Vikings. Probably that's what I think.
That was. He was trying to bite off Alexander Hammerstone, is what I think. He was.
Yeah,
Or it could be everyone's favorite CM Punk. But
We've been
I
saying
think
that
that's becoming
forever.
less. I think that's becoming less and less likely.
Buddy Murphy.
He was talking a lot about. I don't think he's bigger than Andrade, is he?
What if he's bigger in Tony Khan's head than Andrade?
I think he might go to Impact
Yeah,
because he was tweeting a lot about Impact recently.
yeah.
Or could it be not a signing, but like people from New Japan coming
The
over?
first big name, the crossover. Yeah.
Okada, Will Ospreay, Ibushi,
Bushi.
Tanahashi.
Did I read that Bushi's pretty beat up too?
Well, he's got his COVID
He's banged
shot.
up. I thought like wrestling wise, like he's
Yeah.
nursing a lot of injuries.
He should. You've seen him wrestle. Jesus Christ.
Well, like
I don't
New
know,
Japan's
it's-
famous for landing on your damn head over there, so enough of that could get you hurt
So,
enough
Rob-
times.
A lot of fun theories here, guys.
So Rob,
Yeah.
who do you think and who do you want?
I'm gonna. Oh,
It doesn't matter what you think.
Yeah.
No.
Imagine
wish
if The
I had
Rock and
done
everyone
that.
would be like, "Whoa, I don't see that coming."
Finally, I was thinking it was gonna be Brian Danielson just from the way we were talking in our little best friends chat for sure. Kimmy, I'm gonna agree with you on that. It's not even like an I want it to be thing because freaking Aleister Black came out last week. No one saw it coming, man. I'm still hyped for that. It was very, very well done. The fact that they turned the lights off earlier in the show and you guys all in the chat, like, oh, the storm's coming through, technical difficulties, which we have seen in AEW, not a knock, but it was just perfectly done, man. And then sure enough, lights go out again. Nunes and I are watching. I'm like, oh yeah, bro, the lights went out earlier. So I'm kind of like explaining to him. I did not see it coming. We're all thinking 90 days. It was 30 days. And he's been doing interviews, didn't say nothing about the 30 days. It was brilliant. All about, the magician, doing
Although
his,
the second time the lights went out, it was like perfectly timed. Like Anderson, they perfectly timed it as soon as Anderson said, "Now it's time to move on," and they turned them off. I'm like, okay, that's a little sus.
Chef's kiss. It was perfect.
God!
But
You sound like my
Kimmy,
10-year-old niece.
real quick, why do you think it's Brian Danielson?
It makes sense. Like,
Why?
why does it make sense?
Yes,
Because there's been no reports about where he's going,
that means
right?
it's WWE.
I
Well, you
agree
don't
with
know
Kyle.
that.
Actually, that's
He's
a fair
been-
argument, though.
He's been out of the loop. So what a brilliant surprise. And I feel like out of all of these you mentioned, he's the only one bigger than Andrade.
does love the indies too.
I'll believe it if he doesn't show up at Money in the Bank. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah,
He's
that's
not showing up at Money in the Bank. All the spots are filled, buddy.
Not in the match.
Brock
He-
Lesnar showed up in a full slotted Money in the Blank. Can't talk
Money in the blank for sure.
Money in the blank.
We don't talk about
Yo,
that.
what if it's Cena? Because he's like, nah, I can't make SummerSlam because I got a movie.
Him or Becky's coming out.
And the
on
movie's called All Out.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that.
No, I wouldn't like that.
I think Daniel Bryan would be huge because it's just then he'd be allowed to, he's talked about it so often. It's like, I want to go wrestle in Japan. I want to go wrestle in Mexico. Well, in AEW, he can do that. Yeah, go wrestle wherever you want, and you'll be here for our dates, and he can be selective. He doesn't have to wrestle every single week. And I'm just thinking if this thing is going to build up, like you have something that has to shake an arena. That's the kind of pops they're going for. This is not like, hey, here's Tucker from Heavy Machinery, who like, hey, he can be great. Exactly. And people will be like, all right, that's cool, man.
Good for him. He's got a job.
Otis's friend, but Daniel Bryan, imagine, like we said, you hear the final countdown and they don't do it at All Out. They do it at the Arthur Ashe show.
Oh
God, 20,000 people going apeshit bananas, including.
I hate COVID right now because, like I said before, like I'm aiming for that show, but like I'm watching the news every day and they don't give us a timeline of like how the restrictions. I'm fully vaccinated now, thank God. Hey man, I'm fully vaccinated. Kick my ass the next day, whatever. I was.
Stop scaring me. I'm getting mine tomorrow.
Everyone reacts different, Kimmy. Everyone reacts different. Don't worry.
Give me a heart attack.
Just
You'll be fine.
I'm just a wussy, so that's why I reacted bad.
Oh,
so anyways,
I didn't sleep the day before mine. So,
so there you go. So this Friday is when tickets go on sale. So it kind of sucks timing right now where I'm like, do I commit? And then, having the risk that if the time comes and the restriction, they put some kind of weird ban by then on Canada and I can't go. Because right now I could fly to France, no problem from Canada, but they don't let us go to the US like properly.
No.
Properly. They don't let us go to the US, even fully vaccinated.
Dude, if you go to that show in Queens, I will buy a ticket because you are going. Deal?
I'm most likely, Rob, going to be buying a ticket Friday.
Let me know.
It's just I'm going to hold off on like hotels and stuff until closer to when I know.
Going ridiculous.
Quick, yeah, because All Out sold out in an hour, so I imagine that show's going to sell.
All three of those Chicago shows are pretty much sold out, which is nuts.
Which is great for Rampage.
But Daniel Bryan is a big one. I'm still going to lean towards that's who I think it'll be, Daniel Bryan. I could see being Braun Strowman, and again, like I said in the AEP, I'd rather Braun Strowman go to Impact because they need it. Because he would be the number one guy.
I don't think he's leaving the E.
I don't. That's the other thing. Like if he's,
I think that was a purposely released so we can restructure your deal kind of release.
I think so too.
That makes a lot of sense.
The only other thing, like my two other things, is leaning towards a New Japan type guy, like especially like a Will Ospreay. If they restructure his deal and it's like, hey, you could wrestle half the year for AEW, half the year for New Japan, or select days, which would be.
I will faint if it's him.
He would swoon like a Southern belle.
But I want him to come out to his old theme, not his current awful theme that I hate so much.
We shall.
I want to hear Elevated.
Yeah, and
I'll buy our guys. It lives at Breeze.
The only other thing it could be is there's someone within WWE whose contract is going to be up and they haven't renewed it, and we just don't know yet.
And they're talking.
They're talking. There's contract talks. The best, and it'll never happen because I think fuck off.
No, bro. He's not even on TV.
He's
right
a lifer.
Now.
He's a lifer.
I hear voices in my head though.
He's a lifer.
The only time he talks to other companies is when he wants more money from WWE, which is literally stuff that has been said in reports. But it's just, I would love it, and it'll never happen because he signed a new deal. Is like Adam Cole coming out in AEW would just the building would explode, just be over. Is that
considered? Who is a needle mover?
He would be a needle mover. But if you're talking about mainstream stuff, like getting the audience over from either not watching or who are WWE only, it's like Daniel Bryan, CM Punk, maybe Adam Cole. But
I'm actually.
I don't think he's going to leave. I think he signed a deal.
I am going to give it to this All Out. If Punk doesn't come out this All Out, he's never coming out again.
Never.
He's done. He's done with wrestling. That is it.
And also,
we can forget about CM Punk forever.
It's a better signing
get
for
that.
Daniel Bryan because Daniel Bryan's been wrestling recently, where CM Punk hasn't wrestled in 8 to 10
No,
years.
he's only trained, and that's nothing.
Wow.
That's not
Yeah,
ring
and-
shape. You're in
we-
training shape.
Yeah, we could speculate all day long. I mean, this is some really interesting stuff. At the end of the day, Daniel Bryan seems to be the needle mover. I'm going to go with the good sister on this one. Real quick, we were talking about these AEW shows coming up, selling out. I did tell Liz I was going to shout her out. We were planning our trip to Prudential Center literally minutes before this podcast. She messaged us. I guess since the date got moved from Blood and Guts so many times, she's not able to make it. So shout to our friend Liz, who's just been so good to the podcast and a lot of the charitable stuff that we do. She hooked us up with 3 tickets to Prudential. So thank you, Liz, so much. We'll be there. I know Bill's going to be there already. He's got his luxury box, so it's going to be a good night. Thank you, Liz, so much. We're so excited for these events to be happening with full capacity crowds. I'm so excited. We're planning the cons. We're planning the wrestling shows. Let's go, guys. Let's get into it right now. Let's talk Fyter Fest.
Fyter
full
Fest.
capacity. Sold out.
Yes.
That's right, Bill. Full capacity crowd. We're going to go night 1 and as much as night 2, as we know, which is 1 match. Let's start here with Darby Allin taking on Ethan Page in a not casket, but a coffin match. This should be very interesting. Let's let the goodest sister take this one over. What do you got for us?
I could talk now because the 2 on the bottom, they talk a lot. Yeah, you Canadian person who was late.
Fight
So
forever.
I'm gonna go with Darby Allin, but this is where Sting's gonna show up, and this is how they're gonna build to All Out. Sting's gonna come at the end of the match. Lights are gonna go out, and there's gonna be another coffin, and Sting's gonna pop out, and they're gonna have a face off.
That's good.
Huh?
Very interesting.
What? That made sense.
So wait. So Sting versus who?
Darby.
So Darby's gonna win,
Yes.
and another coffin, like let's go. Another carpenter will appear on stage, and he'll pop out of it.
Yes. Follow. Yes.
I guess.
And then they stare, and then it's like, oh my god! And then
So-
Sting does something, and then they turn, and then
If
yay!
Sting wasn't on Elevation tonight, I could go with that. But he's on Elevation tonight with
Is he
Darby.
really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So production-wise, that makes a lot. I like that idea, just the theatrics of it, Kimmy. But again, it's like, where is the why are we feuding now kind of a thing, or is it?
You'll
someone's
see.
turn?
They'll make it work.
They'll make it work. All right, Kyle, your thoughts on that?
Oh God, I want my boy Ethan Page, my Canadian homie from 40 minutes up the road to win. But
Nice.
I think Darby's gonna get the nod here. It's gonna be a good match. I'm curious to see what elements they're obviously taking elements out of the casket match and adding it to this. I foresee it being a lot more vicious because Darby Allin just doesn't really care about his body. So he's like, Ethan Page, wherever you want to throw me around the ring, you can throw me around the ring. If it's into the crowd, if it's into the announce table, if it's like in the coffin from the top of the Titantron, whatever he wants to do, it's going to happen. Although I don't doubt the fact that Ethan Page could walk away with this match with a Scorpio Sky coming out late or something helping him win. God.
Oh, he's got the needles moving which way now, man?
I'm gonna switch my pick. I think Ethan Page is gonna get the victory now.
Oh,
I am gonna piggyback on that. Real Kyle Masters, I agree with you, sir. Because let's be real, just in terms of the match itself, Darby Allin, no stranger to, taking bumps inside a body bag filled with tacks. This guy's going to be inside a coffin at some point in this match. Like you said, pushed off a Titantron. He's going to be in that coffin. Something crazy is going to happen. And just for the theatrics of it, it's going to be a very rare L for Darby Allin in this one. Ethan Page goes over here. Bill.
So funny. The first time I ever saw either of them, it was their infamous match in Evolve, which they don't ever say it's Evolve, but it was an Evolve where Ethan Page just chucked Darby Allin on a powerbomb into a steel column in a building, and it was gruesome. And I was like, Darby Allin, he's just a stunt guy, and you've seen him evolve into so much more. So because one of two ways, I think Ethan Page should win, and here's why. Because we're going to get the revenge match at All Out. Because I feel like Ethan Page should be like, I killed Darby Allin. I'm the guy who took Darby Allin out. And what happens is, because he needs that definitive win in AEW, because they believe in him, he gets a definitive win.
Oh.
I wish I had like a vision. I already know. Like I think Ethan's gonna win, but he's gonna light the casket on fire.
Very much could really hopefully.
And Darby's not gonna make an entrance until All Out, and he's gonna come out in like a burnt casket.
Yeah, or Sting, because I think Sting is eventually going to fight one of the men of the year, and but I think from. Because I was thinking, like, you could have something from Darby loses, and then that's where the Sting confrontation kind of happens. But I don't know if we're ever going to see that. I don't know if I want to see Sting and Darby Allin, because now we have Malachi Black in there, and I think that's a better.
Ooh, why did I never think of that?
Or Darby Allin, because if you're going to get dark, why not do that? Keep Sting at babyface, keep Darby at babyface instead of this. Because I think we had a good idea of like the student and the teacher type thing, and that might be Sting's final match. Like if he's going to be like one last match and I'm done, Darby Allin, totally can see it. But Malachi Black's there, and to me, a Sting Malachi Black cinematic match, and then a Darby Allin Malachi Black match, forget about it. But I think I'm going to pick Ethan Page because I just think he needs that definitive statement win, and so does Scorpio Sky, and it's just going to be wild. But Kimmy, I see your point though. Darby don't lose that much, but I think if I'm saying for me, I think he has to lose because it's just like Ethan needs the win more than Darby needs the win. So I'm not
laughing at me.
No, I'm not. I'm just like, dude,
Damn!
idiot.
The other one.
Great points you bring to the table, Bill.
I try.
It's like chess. We think three moves ahead. Cody, thank you in advance for obviously doing the job. To Malachi, I'd like to thank you in advance for that. That's going to be a great feud. I nothing but love.
Brock Anderson is going to be the first guy to fight Malachi Black. Watch that, and Brock Anderson is going to get destroyed.
But I love what you're saying. I'd never even thought of that possibility. Sting versus Malachi, Darby versus Malachi. That is money right there moving forward. I think that's going to be great. I'm sure, Black comes in saying, hey, before Sting hangs it up, I want to work with him. That conversation has been had in some form or fashion. I didn't even think about that. I'm here for it right now.
It's Black Mass trademarked.
I was thinking the same thing when he came out. We will find out depending on what they say.
All of a sudden, like how they had Eric Rowan. They kept saying, it's Redbeard, Eric. Redbeard, Chris Jericho. Stop calling him the wrong name. Like
new entrance theme, by the way. They kind of released it. Pretty solid. Not very, very good. His last one was like an all-time great, like banger. Everyone loved that one. So it's not cool. I mean, you can't compare to that other one. At least we don't have the creaky before he comes out.
I would love it if they did it like one time, like it's a cinematic,
just like a jab,
and then he just looks at the camera, and you're like, all right.
He doesn't a vignette. He doesn't like a promo where like you hear it, but he looks at it and laughs at it.
As long as Ricochet doesn't come out and goes pew pew. All right, let's go to
my favorite Irish wrestler.
Oh, Mr. Rick O'Shea. All right, guys, let's take it to the next one. Let's talk about Christian Cage taking on Matt Hardy, who has just been in so many different roles.
If this match happens this week,
why would it not? Injury?
Oh,
his wife's might be in labor.
Hardy?
Yeah,
having his first girl after. Oh,
congratulations to them.
Nothing better than being a girl dad. Can attest to that. And I know Kimmy's dad can too. So
it sounds like this Hardy boy is going to be having a Hardy girl, so we wish them the best. But if this match does go down, guys, I'm just going to have to say it looks like, and if you disagree with me, please jump in. I think this is Christian Cage's match to lose because he's definitely winning this one. It looks like he's on that collision course with Kenny Omega to put Omega over in the future. So I'm going to go with Christian Cage, plain and simple. I think that's the popular decision. Before I throw it to any of you guys, does anyone disagree with me on that?
I think it's going to head that way, but not to like, I think Full Gear will probably get Christian Cage and Kenny Omega finally, but
yeah,
I believe that won't be for a belt because Kenny Omega will for sure be beltless by then.
Wow, that's your guy, man.
And I think Christian's going to run into a Kenny who's losing his absolute mind because he's lost all his belts.
I just want to say that there was one other person if they became available, and I think it maybe next year that people lose their minds over. And Rob, you're going to love my pick, Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy in AEW, I think is a lot.
Matt's like said it like a bunch of times. He wants to end his career off as the Hardy Boys in AEW. Yeah. So I think that's what.
But yeah, I mean, Matt Hardy is going to lose this one.
By the
Yeah.
way, Jeff Hardy, best autograph out there. Just saying for all you collectors, real quick. But Kyle, you're going to go Christian Cage to win this particular match.
Oh, I have to. A, because he's Canadian. B, because
A.
it just.
I see what you did.
Why is that always
Hey,
the reason?
I see what you did there.
Can you
A.
relax? Can you relax?
No,
Talking
I
here.
want to know why that's the
I'm
reason.
talking here. I'm talking.
He's Brady bunching you right now. As we look. Should we just all do that?
I think she's above me. I just guessed if she was above me.
No, I am, and then
Okay.
you're below me.
Okay. Anyways, Christian is going to win for sure because I don't know necessarily. This could be. I mean, they're not going to build this guy to be a big undefeated monster. He's got to take an L once in a while. I wouldn't doubt if they want to keep this Hardy Empire legit, because all they've done is lose.
Final answer.
I'll go Christian, but
That's
I
your
wouldn't
guy.
be shocked if Matt Hardy would win this match.
Good as sister. Your thoughts on this one?
And if it's not Matt Hardy, though,
Ooh.
I could see them replacing with someone from the Empire if Matt couldn't be there.
True.
So I think there's still going to be a match.
Oh yeah, then they could just push Matt Hardy and Christian off to another show. Yeah, that makes sense.
So, based off these predictions I did at work at 1:00,
Good for
Matt
you.
Hardy is circled on my paper here, but I think I'm going to change it to Christian because, my 10-year-olds were annoying me, so I wasn't really focused. So I'm going to go with Christian.
Christian. Okay. Solid pick. Bill, going with Christian unanimous here.
Yeah, but I think we're gonna get a little gang wars to rip off from Fightful
Ooh.
at the end to get a Christian and a mix of like Jungle Boy and Jurassic, maybe all of Jurassic Express against like Matt, a returning. I wouldn't be surprised if the Butcher returns.
Yeah, where's he been?
He
Yeah,
bust up.
Oh
his-
yeah, he did the thing to his thumb. I remember now. Yep.
Yeah, it's like them, Matt Hardy, maybe Private Party, and Butcher or Blade or something like that down the road. I could see that, but yeah, Christian for the win.
Absolutely. I think it's unanimous, guys. And again, maybe they'll surprise us here, but it looks like Christian Cage is going on maybe for a title shot moving forward. Let's talk about one I'm actually very excited for: Brian Cage taking on Ricky Starks for that FTW World Championship that hasn't really been defended all that much. So maybe moving the needle here or moving that championship would be important. I see Kyle shaking his head no.
Match ain't gonna
already.
happen.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
It's not gonna be Ricky Starks.
Oh, like why? Because of injury? Or?
I think he's
He has a
not
boo-boo.
medically cleared. I think he's gonna.
It's gonna be Hook.
It's
We're
probably
gonna
gonna be Hook.
Hook's gonna take it.
I think it's gonna be. It's in the crowd. What way to have his first match and with a crowd? That would be sweet.
But
So
it's Ricky's hometown, though.
He'd still be there.
Yeah.
Is this so? I'm under the impression that Ricky Starks is able to compete
'Cause
finally.
that injury was. This is a little bit
It's
too
serious.
soon from when they announced that injury.
Yeah.
I
Didn't they say
agree
like
with that.
6 months?
No.
Oh.
I thought it was 3 to 6 months. They were
Oh.
saying,
I'll word it this way. Then going around,
and I
you
think
guys
it was
throw in
at
your
least
theory.
a month to month and a half ago they announced this.
Yeah.
So let's say this: is Brian Cage going to lose the FTW World Championship to whatever member of Team Taz he is facing? Under the impression that it is Ricky Starks
Yes.
moving forward, I'm going
Yeah.
to say that the title leaves Brian Cage.
Be gone.
who I'm a very big fan of Brian Cage, but Ricky Starks has all the potential in the world. By hook or by crook, pun very much intended on the hook. I think that Ricky Starks here is going to be the new FTW champion. Let's throw it to Kyle because you got some things in the works here. I can tell.
I think it's going to happen. You know what I want to see? I'm a fancy book this a little bit. I just want to see, because one monster's been not really doing much, and I want to see another monster either not face each other, because we've seen that already. I'm pretty sure. I think we've seen Brian Cage and Lance Archer go at it. Have we not?
Yes, I think we have.
Yeah.
In AEW, I want
I
to say we
feel
have.
like.
If
Yeah.
not, be a team. Be a fucking team already. Be a monster fucking team that just plows through everybody. They could be a
I just, that
freaking.
Dan Lambert spot. I've seen Dan Lambert in TNA and MLW, and I'm always like, oh, this guy. He cut like this amazing promo, and he took for a 50-plus-year-old non-wrestler, took a bump and a half when he got
Yeah.
that whatever he's called. What the hell is that? finish.
That'd be a sweet manager too. I know Jake's there and nostalgia and everything, but man, I'd rather much have a Dan Lambert in between those two monsters if they ever became a team.
I think he's going to send someone after Lance Archer, which is why.
Oh, okay.
But so you're hoping that this leads to the breakup and it goes to Archer and Cage as a team.
Team, or they're probably going to face each other, but I'd love them more as a team. Can you imagine them as a tag team? Like that would be just.
So I looked it up.
They're
real
both
quick.
big men and they're both athletic.
I looked it up to see if they fought each other on AEW. I don't think it was on AEW, but they did team up to attack Moxley at some point. That's what came up. So that's very interesting. So it's already kind of happened. So very, very interesting. But you see the title moving here any which way. Okay. Kimmy, your thoughts?
The title is moving to whoever is wrestling, not Ricky Starks.
Wow,
And that's
just
on
like
my
that?
list. It says dash Ricky not wrestling with an exclamation point.
Wow, same brain. So, but it's a title. It's weird with this title because it's a title, but does it have
not a title.
How much, right? What kind of credibility does it have? Like, I don't know ECW
None.
like that.
Nothing.
It's like
not worth
MJF's ring.
anything.
It's like MJF's ring.
So just the etymology, just the history of it, not the etymology, but the history of it is like Taz created that belt because he thought he was the champ in ECW. He was not getting a shot. So he created the FTW, the Fuck the World Championship, and he would defend it to piss off Shane Douglas. That was the whole thing.
Yeah,
the
I
only
remember
person
that.
to ever beat him was Sabu. And then he unified the title at Living Dangerously in 99 when he was the world champ. So that's what this was a whole thing to be like, F you, I am the uncrowned champion. Here's my belt. I created this belt. So I don't know how they work that in with defenses with AEW, but if it's a every once in a while thing, I mean, all right, I guess.
I think on the roster page, it's listed as you're the FTW champ. I'm almost certain.
Good call.
No, not in the title section, but I think you show like isn't your picture? It's got the FTW belt. I'm pretty sure Brian Cage is holding the belt.
So it is acknowledged, but nah, I get what you're saying. But Bill, does this title change hands? Excuse me.
I thought it was going to change hands with Ricky Starks, given he's there. And I do think Ricky Starks is going to have a huge presence in this match. I still think he might wrestle in it. I wonder if they do a handicap match then. Because Brian, Ricky's like, I'm a diminished capacity. I'll fight you, but Hook's going to wrestle with me, or Will Hobbs or something like that. Like, they'll figure a way to get Ricky in the match and have him pin him. Like, I think Ricky gets the pin, but someone else does all the dirty work.
It's above his name. It says FTW champ.
I was about to say that. I pulled it up too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Brian Cage, this is the final straw. Like, him winning it, like, doesn't make a lot of sense, because I think it's just like even though they say we're just gonna sort this out by fighting, no, they're gonna kick him out. And they're going to make him a babyface.
See ya.
Interesting. Very, very.
And Lance Archer, that's why I said Lance Archer's on that tweener level, right?
Lance Archer's got to have a match in Texas. He's from Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to make an appearance.
There's so many guys and so many moving parts that not everyone has a clear-cut direction, but I am glad that they use everybody, whether it's Elevation, whether it's Stark, whether it's going to be Rampage coming up. I do like that. What do you got, Kyle?
There we go. Yo, after the match, I just start beating the shit out of Brian Cage, and Lance Archer comes out for the save. Forms the team. They have a tag team match at night.
Oh, I thought you were saying
after.
that happened right now in Elevation as you were
No. That's what happened. That's what happens this week on Dynamite.
It's not going to be a tag team. It's going to be another faction. Let's be real.
Listen,
but I digress.
It's perfectly fine.
Because the trios belts are coming.
There it is. Well, there you go. That's got to be it. Let's move on to Penelope Ford taking on Yuka Sakazaki in this one. This should be really fun. I don't see a lot of clear-cut Penelope, who I think is fantastic. Loved her on the Indies. Very, very athletic. She's great. I don't see any clear-cut direction for her right now. No major storyline that I can think of.
Because Britt's taken over.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing wrong with that. I think they have a
That's
stellar
not a bad
women's
thing.
division.
No.
And Statlander's on deck. Trust me on that
Britt's
one. when I say
money.
That. But
literally.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she's great.
The ratings literally spike up every time she's on TV.
That's what you want, man. But in this one, I think Penelope Ford takes an L here because I don't think it really affects her all that much. We got to get her back into a storyline. We got to get her back into something more significant than this match. So I think Yuka's going to go over here. What do you guys think? I'll throw it to the goodest sister.
So I was seeing if she's on the rankings and she's not, but I think that Penelope is going to be one of Britt's biggest challenges. So I
Really?
think Penelope is going to win in a push to elevate her. Why? Okay, I'm going to explain myself.
I was like, to elevate her? Monday.
No, because I feel like we've said it for a while, and like she had like the match she had recently on Dynamite. People are like, oh my god, Penelope's so good. So why don't you just put her against Britt in like a really good match? And this is the start of that. Because my hope and pray, here's my good pinpoint prediction: All Out is going to be Ty Conti versus Britt Baker, and that's where
I like that.
It's her stat, I think. Yeah, Ty Conti, man.
No, because I think we would have seen.
Jay is not back. She's not.
No, we would have seen. I think by now we would have seen who the opponent is going to be at All Out for Britt, unless they really don't have any. And they're going to plan for a multi-woman. Like Nia's going to be pissed and want a rematch again, and then someone else is going to be number one.
Man. We've seen them put. Well, we've done stuff where like, man, what's the pay-per-view going to be? And then it's like, oh shit, they put together a great card, and I could see it being Statlander or Ty Conti because they're the two hottest baby-faced women.
Yeah.
And if you're going based off the rankings, Ty Conti is 18-3. She's won the most matches. So
Good job, Kimmy, with the stats always. I love that.
I think AEW's women's division is in a little bit of they need this second show because there's way too many women who are like really good doing nothing.
Yeah.
They win matches, but they're not going anywhere. It's like Sheeta, Statlander, Allie, like all these people. Like, it's just like, okay, we need to, and then you just Swole. Well, she has like injury stuff too. So,
yeah.
But like,
it's a good problem to have, though. It's a good problem to have because you can start putting them into storylines, or as Kimmy always says, introduce another championship to compete
my second title. Give it to me. Eve Torres loved it.
Name drop. You beat me to the first name drop of the show.
I think they're going to do the tag title tournament. I think they're not the tag. They're going to do the tag team tournament again, and I think that's where you're going to see some new women pop up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, this is some good stuff, guys. And we're all over the place. But Kimmy, shameless promo. Aren't you working with Anna Jay coming up? Is that still happening?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Kimmy will
and
join.
Sammy Guevara.
Nice.
So wait,
2
what's
weeks.
going on?
Hi. I'm working with Anna Jay July 24th.
On?
My virtual signing.
Oh, the signing things. Oh,
I
that's
was like,
cool.
she's going to be on Dynamite, obviously.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on Dynamite, Kyle. That's
I'm like, where are you getting these interviews? Because I clearly go through the proper channels and they kind of go, oh.
So maybe Kimmy will join the Dark Order in a couple of weeks because your partner, Kyle, Tiff, did join the Dark Order this weekend. We got to work with Alan Angels over at NFW this past weekend. And
a sweetheart of a guy.
And Tiff, he was fantastic. Very, very good.
Can't wait for Thursday.
And Tiff joined the Dark Order. So that's amazing. And hopefully Kimmy can join. But guys, obviously go support RDP for that signing. And that's going to be Anna Jay, at the Wrestling Universe?
Yeah, and then there's a virtual sometime at night. We'll get to all of it later. There's too many people coming up. I'm booked every Saturday till SummerSlam. It's a problem.
Ask her, see if you should come on AEP for me.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh wait, Kyle, I went to actually November. I'm going to see Tony Schiavone. Should I ask him to come on AEP too?
Tell Tony Schiavone he needs to come to my house for a barbecue. We got a lot to talk about.
No, Kimmy, go. Who's your number one guy? Who introduced you to all these people? Kimmy, you know where the interviews go.
I'm not asking. I don't want to interview.
And my bad luck with their media team, please.
That's funny.
And I'm seeing Aubrey in October, Kyle. I'm seeing Aubrey in October. I'll ask him for you.
She knows I've been DMing her. It's not my fault. It's the media. It's the media people's fault.
Yeah, this podcast ran in helping you out. I'll tell you that.
We're off the rails. Total professionals here, guys. Who did we? I don't even know where we are. I think we went with Kimmy.
Bill's turn.
It's Bill's turn. Thank you, Kimmy. I'm glad you're here, Kimmy. Go ahead.
Thank you.
So I think it's going to be Yuka Sakazaki who's going to take the win because she has a built-in storyline. She has a built-in storyline with Britt. Because here's the thing, Kimmy. Like with your pick with Penelope, excellent pick. It's going to be a great match.
Oh, thank you.
However, you have to decide which Brit you're going to have. Is she going to be heel or babyface? It's like people aren't going to want to cheer Penelope Ford all of a sudden. They want to cheer Brit. So people love Yuka. She's been in AEW, and Brit did break her tooth straight out of her mouth, or in theory. So they're going to go with that, and she'll pick up a couple wins and at like Fight for the Fallen, she'll get a special challenge or something like that. So I think that's where they're heading. It'll be Yuka picking up because Yuka's she's only in the U.S. for like a brief period of time. But I do think you need to get Penelope. Like you have to get her in the mix and have more storylines for the women.
Theme song. Yeah. Her theme song is hilarious. I always pop for that theme
Sounds
song.
like Alpha from Power Rangers. Who else? I have no
It's
idea.
Kyle's turn.
Kimmy,
Go, Kyle.
just host the show, Kimmy.
Okay.
I don't know what's Kip doing right now.
He's injured.
Exactly.
Super badly hurt.
Is
He's
it
a
long?
boo-boo.
Is it long term? I know he's injured, but how long was it going to be long?
She don't need him though.
It's going to be long.
No, because I said if he was going to make like his return with Penelope, and then Miro would have gotten involved, and
Where is Miro?
with his smoking hot wife, thanking God for it.
Did you see he's now the Redeemer?
Yeah, the Redeemer. I love his new entrance theme. I listened to it a few times after. I'm like, okay, the horns and everything just makes sense now. Like it just fits it. It fits him.
Kip's done for. He's done for.
Okay, so Yuka's gonna win.
Miro Day.
Yep, Yuka all day. Yuka's gonna win.
I think that honestly, if they're going to sign Lana, which they might, they should have Penelope with him, and then they do a story where she gets kicked out.
Probably be an all-out match.
But I tell you what, you listen to that Lana on Talk is Jericho. That's a different perspective.
Oh man, I'm about halfway done that, and then damn man, it's crazy. You learn so much more about the backstage environment the more wrestlers get released from that place and end up on a podcast. Oh my god.
Or you guys could listen to Rusev
here
with
we
one
go.
of his last WWE interviews on the popbreak.com. Check it out now. Shameless promo. All right,
I
guys.
just want to say
saw
that I
coming.
did 3 name drops or 4 name drops before you even got one.
Listen.
That's right. Well, Kimmy, I'll tell you what. Why
Yeah.
don't you finish hosting this one? What's our next match on this?
Oh, beautiful. All right, so we're going to talk about my goodest brother, Carl Anderson.
Me? Oh.
Carl.
No,
Carl.
Kyle, not you.
Wow.
Versus John Moxley. So I'm going to go first because I'm hosting now. Hi, guys. Welcome to my podcast. Kyle, I know you're jealous. So I think that John Moxley is going to win. What? You're going to shame bell me?
Oh, he's
do it.
reaching for it.
I've had
He's
a
reaching-
bad week, and you know I had a bad
Don't
week.
do it, Kyle. Don't do it this time, bro. I know that look. Don't do it, brother. No fear, this guy.
Oh, good. Oh, okay. Okay. Anyway, despite the shenanigans in the bottom corner, I think John Moxley's going to win. You know, it's his first match since he took time off after Renee had Nora. And I think that he's going to go back into the fold. So I think that this is going to be an excellent match. I'm glad that they're bringing up Carl Anderson's history in New Japan. But I think my goodest brother is going to continue to lose. Sad face. Bill, your turn.
Funny story. According to
Oh.
Carl Anderson on Talking Shop, in 2019, when he was supposed to leave WWE the first time, he was actually scheduled to beat John Moxley for that title.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, that's according to him. So we'll see. I'm not sure if that was at Dominion or is that going to be at Wrestle Kingdom. But regardless, now we're here. If we get G1 Hot Carl, Chad Too Bad, Machine Gun Carl Anderson, this is going to be the sleeper match of the show. Secondly, John Moxley coming out in front of a live crowd. If he comes out to Wild Thing, the place is just going to explode.
Oh, yeah.
And when they were in Austin last night, that crowd was bananas. It's going to be amplified. We saw what they did in Miami. So, yeah, I think Moxley's going to win because I think this is the summer of Moxley. I think this is going to be him defending that. Tony Khan said it in an interview. He's going to defend that U.S. title. Would not be shocked if a certain Switchblade showed up at some point. I wouldn't be surprised if we see someone, because remember, New Japan's going to have a live show.
When is that Coliseum show? Or not?
I want to say it's the 17th or the 19th.
So Jay Way would probably show up at a Dynamite after that because he's facing what's his name on that card, right?
I don't know.
Oh man, I always forget his name.
Oh wait, who Moxley's facing?
No, who Jay White's facing? He's facing. Why can I see his name but I can't see it or
Juice?
say it?
Juice is loose.
Is it Juice?
Oh, boy. Question mark?
Oh, do you know who else is back and who's going to be back for that? Our old buddy Shooter. He's back,
Oh,
Mox's son.
okay.
Shooter. Oh God, if only. Imagine Shooter McGavin comes out and shit.
Shooter.
But yeah, I
Good
think
celebrity.
I want to say that we're going to see that, and it's going to be like Mox is going to come out, but his next challenger comes out as well.
Okay.
Because we need something with Moxley. We need to move him away from the super elite. So I think we'll see who his next opponent is. Could be Luke Gallows for all I know, but I think we see his next opponent show up soon, and it's going to be pretty rad. But Moxley for the win, and I'll find out who that opponent is.
Okay, Kyle, you could go.
This match is going to be so good. What's the contract status with the Good Brothers? Are they contracted to Impact, right?
For a while.
Yeah.
Correct. They are not
Okay.
all elite yet.
'Cause they show up on like almost every AEW now.
They're not all elite. They're half elite.
like half elite. They're part of the super elite, but
I believe they're on
obviously
some
Moxley's
base
going to
where birthday
retain.
card.
Like Moxley's going to retain. I don't know how the end of this match is going to go. I don't know if they're doing, because like Bill said, like his next feud should be probably set up at the end of this match, or if he retains and they just kind of cut it, they just cut, and then we wait till next week for his start of his next feud. I could see
Jay
that
White is
happening.
going to fight David Finlay.
That's it. Thank you.
Fit Finlay's son, and apparently there's another Finlay brother who's out there wrestling on the East Coast.
Oh,
So Moxley for sure retains. It's gonna be. I want to see Anderson go full out here. Like I want to see like old school New Japan Carl Anderson come out, and I think these two are gonna have a banger of a match. I don't know. I mean, right now they're back on the road. You never know now. Like, are they gonna do like a big surprise at the end of this match? Like, is this gonna be another? Because like Tony Khan says, there's a bunch of surprises on the way. Like you never know where it's gonna happen.
We
Oh,
got
man.
crowds.
I don't know about the end of the match. I'm just gonna stick with my pick and move on from there because I can't really tell where it's gonna go. So Moxley retains the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship. Is that what it is? Is it a heavyweight championship?
Why not?
sure. Rob, what do you think?
A lot of copy and paste here. I got to go with Mox to retain here. Again, like we all kind of, account for other things. Like we always say, oh, Jericho's going to lose because he's going to go on tour or whatever. A lot of my thoughts were like, hey, Mox is going to go be a dad and do that whole thing. But he seems to have it worked out where he's being a dad. He's hosting Renee's podcast and he's able to make the time for Dynamite. So I think he's in that right, middle tier spot right now by design. I think he retains the title here and just has some, other challengers moving forward. But to Kyle's point, how do the shenanigans at the end of this match play out? Because we know there's going to be at least 3-4 people ringside or interfering after the bell rings.
Are you guys in the Philly area for a show called Battleground?
What?
Why?
I don't know what show, but
do you
Saturday, September 18th at the 2300 Arena in Philly.
ECW Arena.
Okay. Brian Cage versus Buddy Murphy just announced.
Oh, that's September 18th?
Yeah.
I'm going to meet Kane that day. Yeah, it's that same place. There's a show at night, so that's got to be that show.
Brian Cage
You're
versus
actually
Buddy
going
Murphy.
to that convention.
Yeah, you don't seem happy about it. There's a great, just purely based on the lineup.
I'm not going to be there. I'm
Well,
not
I
working.
did ask you if you were going to be there. You come
I'm
with
not.
us.
All you guys
Sure,
need to
Kane
do
will
is
say
make
hi
sure
to
you go to Tony Luke's cheesesteaks. They're the best.
Yes, and run the Rocky Steps, which Nunez and I.
Nah, you don't need to do it. Eat the cheesesteak. You'll be fine.
So eat the cheesesteak after I run the steps.
Yeah, don't do it before.
There you go. Good to know. But yeah, I got to get Kane to sign the old belt here. But I'm excited for that one. And Kyle, thank you for letting us know. So I guess I'll stay for the wrestling show as well. Guys, if you need commentary, book this guy. Let's talk about night 2.
Whoa, you said I was hosting. You said I was hosting. Get out of here.
You didn't let me
Is
finish.
that the last match
So
of night
let's
one?
talk about night 2. But really what I want to do is let Kimmy bring this in, is what I was going to say.
Ah.
Let me
I couldn't. Wow. Okay. So we're going to talk about my doctor, my role model, and everyone else's role model here. Britt Baker versus Nyla Rose. Bill can start.
This feud has been awful.
Yeah.
It's not been good. And it's just like
Whoa, is that the first time you said something negative about AEW? I'm not even joking.
incorrect. I have totally said many a negative thing and many a criticism. I
I was not expecting that.
No, I mean, this match should be good because remember, they fought in the women's eliminator title tournament in January or February, and they had a great match together. So I'm not worried about the match so much. It's just the build to this has been so bad. I mean, you started over Nyla Rose throwing burgers around. Then you had that tag team match 2 weeks ago where Vicky Guerrero didn't sell the lockjaw or a huge punch to the jaw. And you're like, all right, cool. And it sucks that Rebel got hurt in that tag team match.
Love Rebel.
But Britt Baker's like her promo game, especially last week, where she's talking about the blood money. That cut like the knife.
Oh man.
But yeah, she was great. And I think again, this is someone we have to say who's the next challenger. I think we're gonna see a series of challengers for Britt before we move on. And yes, but the good doctor is gonna take it, and he's gonna take it in a really good match.
So I was shocked that they picked. I was shocked they picked Nyla first. I would not have went that route. Don't know who I would have went with, but not her. But I agree. Britt's going to win. It's the summer of the doctor. I hope y'all are ready. Rob, what are your thoughts?
Well, first, unrelated, the real match we want to see, Chris Statlander versus Thunder Rosa. Book it because they're both going to be number one contenders moving forward. But to answer your question about this match, for our audio listeners, you won't be able to see my answer here, but
D.
D.
Doing the
Done.
Okay, Kyle, you
Nyla
can go
Rose.
now.
No,
I
it's
just
not
love how
gonna be
endearing. I love how endearing she is when she says Kyle's like, okay, Kyle.
I have to give him credit though. He did hear me rant all week last week, and he was so nice to me. I do give him credit.
He is a good brother.
And I ranted a lot.
Anywho.
You didn't have to answer.
Anywho.
Anywho.
Not Nyla Rose. It's gonna be Britt Baker, obviously. I'm not hyped for this feud. This feud is just like, oh my god, it's like I was one of those people that went when they first announced it was Nyla Rose. I'm like, oh my god, Nyla Rose again? Like, no, like no, give it something else. Why are they doing this again? Thank God it's not being stretched to all out, and we're gonna just end it after night 2.
Like I said, the match will be good. Like they've proven they have good chemistry together, but it's just like I just went about this weird way because I'm wondering how confused they are of what Britt is and isn't. Because like, I'm sorry, you can't turn.
She'll be over for the rest of the year. Anywhere they go, she's gonna get over. Like they have to come to the fact they're going for the debut of Rampage is gonna be in her home city for Christ's sake. So like they've basically shot themselves in the foot when it comes to like if you want to make her a heel, she's gonna get the Kenny Omega reaction. Anytime Kenny Omega can be he's the biggest heel right now. He hates everybody, he hates life, he hates the crowd. But as soon as his music starts, the crowd is on their feet and they're going nuts because Kenny Omega is here, and they go nuts for him. You know, and they boo him when he gets on the mic, obviously with Don Callis. But like she's basically the Kenny Omega of the women's division. She's a heel, but she's gonna get cheered no matter what. So they just kind of have to roll with it. So
it contradicts myself slightly, as they do have a good factory or like assembly line of strong babyface females that could take her on in good matches. Red Velvet, Ty Conti, Thunder Rosa, Statlander, hell, even Layla Hirsch. I mean, get her a couple wins and people will love her, and interviewed on the Bob Culture podcast.
My man.
Don't worry. I'm the one who told you she was great because I saw her way before anyone else. You're welcome. Because that's what I do as a jerk.
We're not going to know her next feud like right off the bat.
No, I hope it's quick though. We find out quick.
Because that match is going to be like if Britt just went through a table off the stage, so you know this match is going to be a long alluded time match where they're both like
Britt's going coast to coast.
It's gonna be some crazy where I can't see someone coming out to face her right after the match is done, unless they do pull that trigger, which I don't want to.
What if it was Thunder Rosa because she does have the W even though it was an unsanctioned match?
You gotta save that for the big money.
Yeah. Okay.
I think.
Okay.
Because we haven't seen Thunder Rosa be on Elevation now probably, but we haven't seen Thunder Rosa on Dynamite yet. We haven't actually seen Thunder Rosa on Dynamite in forever. And like I said, the women's division is like really in flux because now you got Serena Deeb who killed it with Rio. Rio's still there. So I'm wondering if we're going to see the transition to when Rampage starts, where we're going to see like we're gonna be able to move more women into storylines happening, and so now we have more more time
So like people like Layla Hirsch, Red Velvet, like people that are not really
or
there
Rico
yet.
or even Thunder Rosa to be on and do something more than just having really awesome, and Serena Deeb just to have really awesome matches. Like, let's see them do more, so, and let's see them in storylines, because
that's what I think people are wanting. Like they don't even care if it's like a 5-minute match. They just want to see storylines happen
just
within
like have
the
the women
division.
involved in stuff would be great, because they're not, and they're super talented. So let's make it happen, guys.
They can have a storyline. It cannot be for the belt. It's allowed. It's allowed to happen. But somehow, like their women's storylines always focus around the world champion. So
give me a female in Team Taz moving forward.
Everyone was screaming for Hirsch, and they haven't done it yet.
I wonder if that changes, though. I do wonder if that changes, because especially if you're going to have the new show and have a footprint with Taz there. I mean, he can't just, you got to try and you want to keep things fresh. So why not? And you wouldn't be surprised. Like, I think we're going to see more managers. I think we're going to see more people come in and manage people. I think this could be a big change. But remember, like, women's wrestling is changing again, because MLW is adding Dave Prazak from Shimmer, and you have ROH is doing big stuff with Kimmy covers all the time, and so and then we have a whole bunch of free agents. We still have the Iconics. We still have the now Ruby Soho, formerly Ruby Riott. Hope she goes to AEW. Mickey James.
I think Cassie and what's her name? Cassie and
Jess.
Jay McKay.
Jess. They're all elite.
You think so? Do you know you got a source?
Cassie's husband's in the company.
No, I mean, that's not why. That's not why.
I thought you were gonna say because her husband's Canadian.
I got a gut feeling they're gonna be all elite.
Here's the thing about the former Billie Kay. I don't know. I've not seen enough of her in the ring to be like, oh, she's gonna be great in AEW. What I do know is, even if she never wrestles again, she could be one of the biggest money makers for them, because she's friggin' hilarious.
She was over as shit before they released her.
And
amazing.
And I think she'd be she could be, if they just found a way for her to be meaner, I guess, she could be a Bobby Heenan-like character for them. The person who could slip on the banana peel, could make people hate you, just all that. She could be big money. And I think the former Peyton Royce, I don't think we got to see enough of her, because I think she's exponentially better than she was when she had the tag titles. So we could be on the verge of AEW women's division changing for the better.
That's the only match that's booked for night 2, right? The women's match.
Correct.
Yeah.
So far, we'll find out.
We're gonna find out more. Yeah.
I think we're gonna see. We might see the first Labor of Jericho.
Oh, see, that's all out clearly.
Yeah,
MJF and Jericho. What are they doing at All Out though? It can't be a regular. That's not a regular singles match.
I quit. So Jericho, he said, even if I can hack it in AEW, essentially, if I'm allowed to be here, he's in a contract year. I don't think he's going to leave, but I could see Jericho taking an extended leave, because let's not forget, when they started AEW, they were talking about cycling wrestlers in and out to keep them fresh. Jericho takes a few months off, or he's going to be I heard he's going to be the Rampage commentator too. So.
Oh, interesting. That makes a lot of sense.
You know who said that? Chris Jericho.
Oh, well, that's a good source. That's a good source.
But yeah,
could you imagine they do like a I Quit match or a street fight, and they're going through the arena, like they're gonna do like a bunch of like concession stand spots. Can you imagine? Like, doesn't mean he's gonna wrestle, but this just makes an appearance. Like they run to a room or something, or they run through like the concessions, and like CM Punk is just standing there ordering popcorn.
I love that. I like stuff.
And that's just like he just makes a cameo appearance.
Wait, to go off that statistical, the last time Jericho was in like that kind of stipulation was against Punk in Chicago at Extreme Rules in 2012 after WrestleMania 28.
Man, I remember being young and having a good memory. That's awesome.
Yeah, what's that like?
Okay, yeah, easy there, Tony Khan.
Oh, no one can read that one. But yeah, I think there's like a lot of. We're still heading to big things for AEW. We have to get a Miro defense in the next few weeks.
That'd probably be night 2. I can see the TNT belt night 2. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff bubbling up, man. It's exciting.
Let's get some Orange Cassidy on the card. Let's get Chris Statlander.
They were just on the Road Rager. And they had a great match.
So
Yes.
AEW is doing big things because this is another cool thing too, like from a fan perspective. So a good friend of mine who's been on the AP a couple of times, Ant was with him.
It does not rhyme with Dawn Beers.
No, you were on the one podcast with me when my one friend Philium was with us, right?
Oh, I know Phil.
So Philium and his friend Ant, who I'm best friends with, Anthony, and then they had a third, Issa, NYC Demon Diva, who works for now Wrestling Inc. They used to have a podcast called Rant with Ant, and they're pretty well known podcasts. I remember knowing about them, and I think they're only one of the 8 podcasts invited at All In for Podcast Row. That was done by what's that?
Conrad.
Yeah. So they stopped. Like they were like a couple of years ago, they're trailing off, and like they stopped watching WWE because they kind of had the same mindset. It's like they weren't enjoying it anymore, and they kind of trailed off. Demon Diva still does her thing, but like Phil and Ant stopped doing their thing. So now, because they've been watching AEW and it's like sparked their love for professional wrestling again, they're coming back with an AEW podcast because of AEW. So AEW is sparking the love of professional wrestling in a lot of people. And that's not even the only story. I hear all the time from people. Like I have another wrestling group chat from like people from my city here. And all they talk about now is AEW. Used to be like our WWE chat. No one brings up WWE anymore. It's all AEW all the time.
When I bring up WWE, Kyle yells at me and says he doesn't
I don't
care.
yell at you.
You yelled at me Friday.
What do you mean?
I was talking about Shotzi and
Fight
Tegan.
for
I wasn't yelling. I was like, I don't watch that.
Cares. I don't care,
forever.
Kimmy. I was like, wow, okay, rude.
I was just like, no offense. I couldn't care less.
I can't wait till
just wanted
Kyle
to
and
tell
Kimmy
you.
actually.
And I said no offense. I said
They're
no
not
offense.
they're not Tegan and Shotzi. They're Shotzi and Knox. That's what they're called.
Shotzi and Knox, and just Tony is coming.
No, they're keeping Storm.
Or they'll just call her Storm eventually.
Like the X-Men?
Oh man.
You just wait,
I hope she
Kimmy.
wins
Give it a
out.
couple months. It'll
No,
just
I
be
know,
Tony.
But the vignette said Tony Storm.
And she'll be losing by roll up, just like Selena Vega did. And what's she doing now? Nothing. She gone.
She's in the Money in the Bank match Sunday, darling.
Okay,
Oh,
she'll
boy.
probably get it.
Darling, oh no.
Oh, so you're telling me she's gonna go through a ladder in like the first 5 minutes, and you won't see her for the rest of the
Oh,
Oh
match.
no,
boy.
Liv Morgan's winning that whole match. I'm just saying that's
Wow.
Good job,
Save
Selena. Good
Save
job.
that.
I'm
Later
glad you
this
ripped
week,
back.
guys.
I'm
Save that.
saving it for Wednesday.
That's
when I
right.
get
We'll be recording Wednesday, guys. Later this week, check out our Money in the Bank ladder match picks, or for the whole pay-per-view, I should say. Shameless promo, a couple more shameless promo items for me. TCW this Saturday in Bayville, New Jersey. That's the Titan Championship Wrestling presents American Spirit. Rob Williams here on the call for that one. Very excited for that one. Check out the Gladiator Goddess Riley Shepard taking on the Vivacious Vicious one, my good friend, the Vicious Vicky, for that Goddesses of War Championship. That's going to be a great match. A lot of great ones on that one. August 1st, Basket Brawl, featuring your favorite independent wrestlers, heels versus faces, tagging in and out for substitutions in a basketball game, a basket brawl game, all for the Mercer County, or the Miracle League of Mercer County. A really great cause, guys. We're so close to that goal right now. You guys have been great donating. We're at that butts and seats phase. We want to see people out there support independent wrestling, support the cause. It's going to be great. No one's going to be going up for layup. There's not going to be chair shots on the dunks or anything like. Well, I hope not. But it's going to be a really great thing. I'm super excited for that. That's August 1st, I believe, in Trenton, New Jersey. So check that out. Follow Basket Brawl on Facebook. Let's throw it over to Kyle with some shameless promo.
Hi, I'm Kyle. I do want to say this, that I just booked it. It's officially booked today. Deposits down. I'm getting my first ever wrestling tattoo.
What is it?
It's
Now I'm
been
curious.
booked. Can you take a wild guess as to
it's
what I'm getting
Sean
tattooed
Spears.
on
Britt
me?
Baker's bloody face.
I'm going
Close.
Omega.
Oh, it's
It'll
the
be
it's
the
Baker's
red
fault.
Sean Spears logo on this shoulder right
That
here.
is cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
It's been booked. I can't wait to get that done. He's going to come back to me and confirm me a date. He said it should take a few hours, and he's going to make it stand out. It's going to look 3D looking. It's going to be great. Can't wait.
You do one of those things where you get him to sign it, and then you can.
I'm just gonna
that tattoo.
tweet him a picture and be like, yo. No, but My name is Kyle Masters. I run the All Elite Podcast on No Holds Barred Network. Kimmy is now on the No Holds Barred Network with her WWE reviews and AEW reviews. She's been doing a fantastic job.
Oh,
I've been guiding her
Put
through.
you over. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so nice.
Yeah, they've been guiding her through the YouTube stuff, and it's been great. It's been awesome, and she's been doing a really good job. I've been uploading her stuff to audio. I've received some good feedback on it. So, Kimmy, keep up the good work.
He could be nice, guys. Who would have thought?
But yeah, I mostly do the All Elite podcast every Thursday night, live at 7 p.m. Sometimes some of these beautiful faces here show up once in a while. We need to get Rob on there. Just thought of that. I've had Bill and Kimmy enough times. We need to get Rob by himself, not you two.
Wow,
It would be an honor. It would be an honor,
Yeah.
bro. It'd be an honor.
So yeah, I do that with my co-host Tiffany. Tiffany does a lot of cool stuff on the network too, a lot of indie stuff. She's about to do her, I think it's tonight, she's doing her 100th episode of Under the Ropes, where she interviews independent talent. She's bringing back Anthony Gangone, who she did on episode number 1. And yeah, she does, again, the bunch. So you got your indie content covered there. You got your Derby content done by Kimmy, and you got your AEW content covered by myself and Tiffany. Every Thursday, you can follow us on Twitter at All Elite Pod. You can follow myself at Real Kyle Masters. You can follow the network at NHB Network on Twitter as well. We're available on all audio platforms when you search up the No Holds Barred Network, and any video versions on our YouTube page. So there you go. Shameless plug out of the way.
Beautiful.
Let's throw it
Thank
over
you,
to
Ann.
Bill so he can get out of here.
So I can not fall asleep. So tired. My name is Bill Bodkin. I am the Terry Funk of journalism. I'm an old man.
It's not true.
Tell that to the professionals. I am the editor-in-chief of thepopbreak.com. We've been going strong for 12 years, and today marks the 30th anniversary of the inspiration for our name, the movie Boyfriend.
Ooh.
The best goddamn movie ever gonna see, you son of a bitch. And so every day on thepopbreak.com, we're talking movies, TV. We're going back to concerts with music, socially distanced and safe, of course. We're talking comic books, anime, pro wrestling. Of course, I am doing other podcasts, but I forgot to plug the socials for that site. It is at the Pop Break on Instagram and Twitter /popbreak.com, all spelled out on Facebook. I am the co-host of the Socially Distanced Podcast, the flagship podcast of thepopbreak.com. Rob has been on a few times. One time I don't really want to talk about because I barely remember it. So we are right now in the middle of our low-key Loki review series. We're doing the finale this week. It drops every single Friday or whenever Disney Plus tells us to drop a podcast, essentially. You can find us on Spotify, Anchor, Google, and Apple Podcasts under Socially Distanced. Of course, I'm also the co-host, actually probably the main host at this point, of This Wrestling Life, a podcast, a monthly podcast celebrating wrestling fandom and championing underrated wrestlers. We have 2 episodes out right now, working on the 3rd, and all 3 of these people will be invited on that podcast at some point or another. And then check out Pop Break all over the podcasting world. We have the Pop Break TV. We have And the Winner Still Is, our retro Oscar podcast. We have the Way Too Early Oscar podcast and the Breakcast Hub. All of those can be found on Apple, Google, Anchor, and Spotify.
Woo!
And yeah, and I'll be all elite soon enough. Don't worry.
Yeah.
That's
Hey.
right. Can't wait. All right, Kimmy, pick like 3 things. Go ahead.
3.
I'm just kidding. Just go.
12.
She's got the Jericho list of things she's on.
Yeah, seriously. Armbar.
I feel so bad. You saved me for last. I take the longest.
The best for last.
That's right.
Oh,
Don't you know the
wow.
saying?
That's
Wow,
right.
Kyle's really nice today. I'm kind of concerned. Are you okay?
Wow. There it is.
You okay over there?
I mean, I
Oh.
would shame him for that. I
Your
would shame
friend,
Are we-
your friend over there is just.
Are we ending
Begging.
with a shame, Bill?
She's
Mike?
I mean, I'm not even going to object.
she's begging to be dusted off over there. There's a lot of
No.
dust collected on there. Hasn't been moved yet.
Fine, I'll plug Kyle first. So I'm on No Holds Barred Network with him, and I
Smart.
do things. And also, I'm on his Twitch channel too, and I'm manage Rollins and Candice LeRae. That's a thing. You didn't plug your Twitch channel, bro. Come on.
Oh yeah, I do Twitch now too. I do Twitch gaming, and I do an EFED or wrestling one, where it's
Yeah.
basically like a Derby 2K19 Create Universe mode. Kimmy's in it. Kimmy's now a manager. She has her own faction called the Burning Ways, and it's got Candice LeRae and Seth Rollins in it. So, and she's going to be actually a wrestler in my season 2 coming up because I'm going to have a
Nice.
developmental brand,
I didn't
and it's going to be
confirm that
full of all
with
the
you.
creative people. You're going to be in there too bad. So
I didn't confirm that with you. Anyway, so now you're
sorry.
done. So now, Bill,
Also,
I'm on the pop break with him too, and I wrote a Ring of Honor article that's coming out sometime this week. I hope.
Yep, it'll be up probably on Wednesday to celebrate Women of Honor Wednesday. And then
Yay!
you have an Amy Rosen review, which we're going to do, and then I have a couple things I need to discuss with you. Some pieces coming up about surprises and debuts and all sorts of cool stuff. Sometimes my brain works.
Oh boy, good thing I have a full-time day job for that.
Hi, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's okay. I'd rather do that than my day job. Then I'm on with Rob. I'm on the BCP. I'm predicting Money in the Bank this week, where I think our vision is a 2-time Money in the Bank briefcase. Just saying. And I don't care what Bill says because I know Bill doesn't think that's going to happen. Too bad. So then I'm on YouTube.
For Carlito to win it. It's going to be great. He's still there.
Don't pick with your heart, Kimmy.
I am thinking about my heart. It makes sense. So I'm on YouTube at Kimmy Talks Wrestling and Twitter, Kimmy_Sokol. These virtual signings. So Friday, speaking of Ring of Honor, she just debuted last night. Chelsea Green, virtual signing Friday. Whoa. Saturday, Velvet Sky. Next week, Anna Jay. I think the next week after that is Madison Rain. I don't know who's after that. Serena Deeb's in there. I think day for my birthday is Serena Deeb. Big Tucker's in there.
Big Tucker. That's two damn Tucker. That's two Tucker references in one show.
I'm sorry. There's too
No,
many.
I'm just saying, like that. He's just like, God damn, I got to be on the BCP. Tucker, listen.
Yeah, big Tucky.
That's pretty good.
Speaking of Ring of Honor, the tournament starting July 31st, exclusively on Ring of Honor TV. We're crowning a new champion. There's 15 hopeful competitors. Yeah, 15 hopeful competitors is fighting for their ticket to gold. There's a new championship that was revealed last night on Best in the World, and the new champion will be crowned September 21st at Death Before Dishonor in Florida. So make sure you're following along. I filled out 2 brackets.
Who's your pick?
Roxy.
Solid pick.
But my brackets look very different, and I want to show you why they look very different after this is over. And I think that's all I do. Yeah.
Get well soon, Allie.
Oh, yes. Poor Allie Rex. I felt so bad. She was crying on that Zoom call, and
Great
Maria
girl.
was just like, I'm so sorry.
Listen,
Yeah.
Ring of Honor is known to take care of people. I mean, they paid people during the pandemic when they were having no shows, so I think she'll be all right.
Here. All right, guys. Well, great job as always, guys. Tune in later this week for our Money in the Bank pay-per-view predictions. And like we always say here on the BCP, everyone, stay safe, stay positive, take care of each other. We out. Peace. He's coming back. Just saying.
No.
It's happening.
Nope.
No.
He's coming back.